and his heart had at the hospital. Abe was 67 and was Japan's longest-serving leader before stepping down for health reasons in 2020. I'm Donna Warder.
A van plowed into a crowd of runners last night at the start of the bear race in Linville. A female runner was confirmed dead and 3 others were seriously injured. Mike McDaniel witnessed the accident and told WBTV.
All of a sudden, it's just like he floored that van as soon as he started it up.
Analysts believe hiring in the U.S. is likely to have slowed in June. The Labor Department's official report comes out later this morning. Bankrate.com, Mark Hammer.
The expectation is that the June unemployment rate will remain where it's been since March at 3.6%, near a 5-decade low. Hiring is seen slowing after 390,000 jobs were added in May, and a monthly average of more than 500,000 positions added to payrolls over the past year. The consensus among economists is that about 250,000 jobs were added in June, which normally would not be seen as a bad number.
Governor Roy Cooper on Thursday signed a string of measures, including bills that ease restrictions on bar owners, provide sexual assault victims free rape kits, and fills a coverage gap for domestic violence protective orders. The Raleigh City Council voted on Wednesday in favor of banning dangerous and wild animals inside the city limits. Founder of Awan Animal Sanctuary, Grace Danek.
I think first and foremost, safety is paramount. I certainly appreciate that North Carolina is one of the more liberal states.
You're listening to NCN News.
Agriculture drives our local economy. I'm Lee Ivey, Director of the Agricultural Institute at NC State University, and we are looking for our next generation of innovative leaders. Our graduates are part of the global economy, and we provide hands-on training in our exceptional facilities, including our animal units and greenhouses. Earn a 2-year degree and receive networking opportunities to help you land a rewarding career. 2 years, 1 degree, endless possibilities. Learn more at cals.ncsu.edu/AGI.
Spring and the onset of summer increases the likelihood of thunderstorms. Alternative Power, your North Carolina Generac service provider, reminds you to stay alert. As a thunderstorm approaches, get out of boats and away from water. If you're caught outdoors, find a low spot away from trees, fences, and poles. Alternative Power guards homes against extended power outages with the Generac automatic standby generator. Alternative Power, North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
A big jump in the number of North Carolina counties with the highest level of COVID-19 in the community. The latest update of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention COVID Community Level Map Thursday night showed 18 counties colored orange with the highest level of spread. The IRS is taking a closer look at reports the agency subjected 2 former FBI officials to unusual scrutiny. Congressional correspondent Scott McFarland.
The commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service has directed an internal inspector to review rare, extensive audits that were performed on former FBI head James Comey and his former deputy Andrew McCabe. Both of them had come under fire from former President Trump. The IRS says career civil servants handled those audits, but in addition to the internal inspection at the IRS, a House Ways and Means subcommittee might also consider a review.
Another case of monkeypox has been reported in the state. A confirmed infection in Wake County is North Carolina's 3rd known case of the virus. UNC infectious disease expert Dr. David Wall says it's wrong to categorize the virus as just an STD.
What we do see is children get it, older people get it, all types of people get it. So I don't think that we can pretend that this is going to become just a sexually transmitted infection. There may be other ways that this is transmitted.
A former Minneapolis police officer will spend a bit more time in prison after learning his sentence on federal charges related to the 2020 death of George Floyd. Jennifer Kuiper is at.
Derek Chauvin has been sentenced to 21 years in federal prison for violating George Floyd's civil rights. Chauvin is already serving 22.5 years for his conviction in state court on murder and manslaughter charges. The plea deal called for Chauvin to serve the sentences at the same time and to be transferred from a Minnesota state prison to a federal prison. In brief remarks made before he was sentenced on federal charges, Chauvin did not offer an apology, but told George Floyd's family that he wishes all the best for Floyd's children.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
We're looking at a warm and muggy afternoon for us with a heat advisory for some. Could see feels like temperatures over 105 degrees. Afternoon showers and storms are going to be possible before becoming more widespread into tonight. We'll see temperatures today in the low to mid 90s. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies with that continued chance of some rain. Low 70s. Then for our Saturday, a few showers and storms likely into the afternoon. Hot with temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sandhills area, it's partly sunny, 74 degrees, humidity 95%, 2.73, winds northeast of 1, pressure is 30-34, and solar radiation 14 watts per square meter. It is 7:14. Let's take a look at your Sandhills news for this Friday. The Southern Pines Town Council at its July 6th meeting reviewed plans for a new discount tire facility on Highway 15501, where Sandhills Urgent Care was previously located. The town is expected to approve it next Tuesday, since the plans are compliant with the town's general business zoning. A Thursday morning crash outside of Southern Pines claimed a life. The accident occurred just before 7:30 a.m. in the 6100 block of Highway 22. The accident involved a Nissan sedan and a dump truck. The young female driver of the Nissan was pronounced deceased at the scene, according to Southern Pines Fire Chief Mike Cameron. Her identity has not yet been released. The driver of the dump truck was not injured, according to Cameron. Highway 22 between McCaskill Road and Farm Life School Road was closed for nearly 3 hours. State Highway Patrol is investigating the cause. And the Southern Pines review architectural plans for a new cafe at the July 6th agenda meeting is set. The almost 2,000 square foot retail cafe and restaurant will be on Southwest Broad Street, repurposing the former Wells Fargo Bank building at the corner of West Wisconsin Avenue. Plans for the new retail cafe and restaurant design are brick and stucco with nearly 80% windows and doors and a pickup window for orders. The presentation for the proposed new restaurant will continue at the August 3rd meeting. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sandhills Sentinel. And you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 7:16. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Your morning sports report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The Montreal Canadiens selected Slovak winger Juraj Slavorsky with the first pick in the NHL draft yesterday in their own town. He's the first player from Slovakia to be taken #1 overall. The previous best was Marian Gaborik, going third in 2000. Carolina sat out the first salvo after previously dealing away their first-round selection. Hurricanes president and general manager Don Waddell telling Spectrum News they'll have to wait a long time to make their first pick.
It's going to be a late pick, so it would end up being 28th or 29th this year. Not that you don't want to value those picks, but it's not like we'll give up a top 10 or top 15 pick.
The Canes' first trip to the podium will come during today's second round when they make the 60th overall selection. It will be the first of 8 picks that they'll make in the 7-round draft that continues today in Montreal. Rafael Nadal is withdrawn from Wimbledon a day after he was supposed to play in the semifinals because of a torn abdominal muscle. The 22-time Grand Slam champion was scheduled to face Nick Kyrgios for a berth in the final on Friday.
Fortunately, as you can imagine, if I am here because I have to pull out from the tournament now, as everybody saw. I have been suffering with the pain in the abdominal. I know something was not okay there, and it's obvious that if I keep going, the injury gonna be worse and worse.
Kyrgios, by default, advancing to his first final at a major tournament. He'll meet either Novak Djokovic or Cam Norrie for the championship on Sunday. Ons Jabeur has reached her first Grand Slam final with a 3-set win over good friend Tatiana Maria at Wimbledon. The third-seeded Jabeur will next face 17-seeded Elena Rybankia of Kazakhstan for the championship tomorrow. The Las Vegas Raiders introduced a former Nevada gambling regulator as the franchise's new president, the first black woman to hold that title with an NFL team.
I'm Tom Foti. Her name is Sandra Douglas Morgan, and she is a National Football League first president of the Las Vegas Raiders.
This is a dream come true. This wouldn't have been possible for someone in Las Vegas to have an opportunity to lead a professional sports organization more than 3 years ago.
This is NCN Sports.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Some things sound so good you can almost taste it. Like Bluebell strawberry lemonade ice cream. Delicious strawberry ice cream swirled with lemonade sherbet and sprinkled with lemon-flavored flakes. It's better than you can imagine.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Raleigh native and NBA player Devontae Graham was arrested for DUI in Raleigh this week. The Broughton High School alum was arrested by a highway patrol trooper following a traffic stop around 3 a.m. Thursday morning at Capitol Boulevard and P Street downtown. Records show Graham was pulled over for speeding in a 40-mile-an-hour zone, and during the course of the traffic stop, he displayed signs of impairment. He submitted to a breathalyzer test, which came back .11. At that time, he was given a matching set of stainless steel bracelets and booked at the Wake Detention Center. Graham played 4 years at Kansas before being drafted by Atlanta in the 2018 draft. He was then traded to the Hornets before being sent to the New Orleans Pelicans in August of last year. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
It's our 1-year anniversary of owning your local Sears hometown store in Aberdeen. Hi, this is Katherine Phelps. Joe and I want to thank all of our customers for their patronage and warm, heartfelt welcome to our new community. Remember, creating relationships and helping you make an informed buying decision is our business. And we'll price match any in-stock local competitor. So please shop your locally owned Sears hometown store, Aberdeen.
Did you know 80% of Americans think pre-planned funeral arrangements are a good idea? At Pines Funerals, we encourage our community to have a plan in place to take care of those you love so that your final wishes are observed. Call 910-947-2224 or visit us at pinesfunerals.com today to request free planning information and see why more families prefer Pines. Pines Funerals, in association with Fry and Prickett, Kennedy, and Powell Funeral Homes, serving Carthage, Robbins, Southern Pines, and surrounding communities.
You look out the window. It's dark. You lock the doors. Maybe you set an alarm. You take every precaution. Do whatever it takes to keep your home safe. But it's not. In fact, termites may be destroying your home right now. You may not see them. You may not hear them. But by the time you see the damage termites cause, it may be too late. So don't wait, because now there is something new. Introducing Termidor, the unique treatment that wipes out 100% of the termites in your home in 3 months or less. They'll never see it coming. But you can't get it from any store. So ask for Termidor by name from your pest control company. Because if you're not asking for Termidor, you're asking for trouble.
Termidor is available at Aberdeen Exterminating. Call 944-2474. For service, that's 944-2474.
New York Deli is a slice of the Big Apple in Pinehurst, located in Olmsted Village, New York.
I pulled a Halligan bar out of the trunk of my vehicle. We smashed all the windows out of the car. Yeah, this is something that you may not experience in a 30-year career. So having been a part of it and a successful...
It's open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit Moore County Takeout and Delivery Options Facebook page for our menu updates. Call 295-2264 for takeout or have your order delivered via DoorDash, Grubhub, or Easy Bites.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done or because there's a sticker on the thermostat?
Oh my God, oh my God.
How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars.
I had 2 mad crushes in the last month, which is really good for me. But it turns out, one of them is married.
Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out. Find out what you've been missing and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
Don't do it, man! Stop!
My name is Tony Keith of Keith Hardware in Carthage, North Carolina. I'm the third generation of a family-owned business. We've been in business for 83 years. We sell live bait, crickets, minnows, and worms, fishing tackle, nuts and bolts and screws by the piece. You can still come in and get nails weighed out by the pound or ones or twos, however you'd like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can
Botox Cosmetic is FDA approved to temporarily make frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better.
I can't feel my face.
Came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back, picked it up, and brought it back. Their knowledge is invaluable to me.
With Keith Hardware for 28 years. I rent the building from them next door. And Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Just wanted to say thank you. You guys are working so hard today. So there's some flowers for you. You're welcome.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. You know, I really do wish there was no such thing as having your paycheck deposited directly into your account. In fact, I wish they had a place on the check to tell you exactly where your part of the taxes went. I think things would change. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has awarded a grant to New York University. Now keep in mind, a bunch of unelected bureaucrats sit around in a room and say, let's give away other people's money. Let's give away money they worked hard to earn. Money we took from them at a point of a gun. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Anyway, they're giving, not loaning, giving $40,000 to New York University to study why children favor whiteness and maleness over other identities. First, that assumes automatically that they do. Second, what are they going to do with the results? Look at your pay stub. Look how much money the government took from you. For this kind of crap? Oh, one other thing. Conservatives in Moore County School Board and conservatives on the Moore County Commissioners are doing their very best to save us tax money. In fact, 3 of the commissioners voted to lower our taxes next year. If you're one of the leftists, and as David Hensley correctly calls you, flying monkeys who wants to pay more taxes, I've got an idea. Go write them a check if you don't need your money. They'll take it, I guarantee you. Anyway, I hope everyone has a safe and wonderful weekend. From the Zumwalt Zone.
It's going to be another scorcher of an afternoon with temperatures approaching the mid to upper 90s, but we will feel like triple digits in many areas with a heat advisory also in place. Afternoon showers and storms are also going to be possible with partly cloudy skies. Into tonight, we keep a chance of a few showers and storms with temperatures dropping into the low 70s. A better chance of some rain into our Saturday afternoon and evening. Showers and storms becoming likely, especially into Saturday night with temperatures in the upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Attention gamers!
What is that all about?
Hey, you said you love video games.
Yes, video games.
Today is National Video Game Day.
Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty,
Mortal Kombat, Mario Brothers,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Whatever your poison.
A lot of you are pretty hardcore about video games.
Happy National Video Game Day.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Welcome to the show.
You were the sweetest thing that
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Weatherman Steve is blessing us again today with a hot, steamy one. Looks like all weekend, too. So, when you see him, make sure you thank him for this lovely weather we're having.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's up and running at Talk 97.3 FM or 1041.com, or let's see, the first one is 973.com, then 1041.com, then WEEB990.com. All those will get you to the right place, and you can find a video at the top of the page. Re-aimed it so you could get the Colonel in there and see him better. So he was excited about that. Anyway, you can do that. Let's see. Or you can go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our pages and look at the icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Tell you, I'm looking at these dew points for next week. We'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, around the Sand Hills, let's see, our forecast calling for partly cloudy with showers, scattered showers today. Very oppressively humid. High today around 94. Heat index of 106. So you got to stay hydrated if you don't want to be cramping to death. And don't forget your animals. Bring them inside if at all possible, and make sure they have water. Then tonight, mostly cloudy, heavy showers and thunderstorms, a low of 75. Saturday, partly cloudy, showers and a chance of thunderstorms, high of 90, heat index 102. If that's call that much of a break, which, well, most people don't, but anyway. Let's see here. What's next on my page here? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All of them pretty much going to be the same. Mostly cloudy with scattered showers. Highs hovering around 90 all week, and those dew points will be hovering between 70 and 73 all week. So not much break. Earlier this week, they showed next week would be dew points in the mid-60s, which would have felt like a big relief compared to what we have right this moment. But no, Mother Nature had to slide in another wind pattern on us, and voila, we're gonna sweat to death. You know, this would be a nice day outside if the dew points were down there in the 50s. It'd be wonderful. You feel like you're in the mountains or something. Right now around Sand Hills, solar radiation 38 watts per square meter, pressure 30-35. Winds west-northwest at 1, gusting to 2. Dew point at 73. It'll be 77 this afternoon. That's about as high as you get it around here. Humidity 95%. It is now, they say, partly cloudy, 74 degrees. Here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
I know that you'll succeed. And if you want to hurt me, there's nothing left to fear. 'Cause if you want.
All right. It is 7:33, 33 past the hour on this Friday morning, thank goodness. I was looking at, where is it at? Yeah, former Japanese leader Shinzo Abe assassinated.
I saw that. I guess the assassin is a former Japanese self-defense forces individual, but it doesn't really say what his reason was for doing it.
But he made a handmade gun.
Right.
That's how some of these, especially across the border, you can supposedly, I saw a documentary on where you could buy guns from poor people. And what they do is just take metal and a pattern, and they basically keep scoring the metal until it breaks into the pattern they want, and they put together a gun.
Yeah, there's, people hand making guns has been forever. So
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, my father was
You
gonna,
made your first 357 Magnum.
No, I was just a kid. We were gonna, I was interested in shooting, so I, wanted to get a 22 for target practice and go down to the range there and do all that stuff. And the old man who lived across the street immigrated from Germany. His brother also immigrated. He was a machinist, and this is late 50s, early 60s, maybe 1960, somewhere in there. And so we go down to this gentleman's machine shop, and he'd been hand turning firearms for a long time, and it was kind of neat because he showed. He says, "Here, come, I show," and he had produced a 20 millimeter gun, 20 millimeter, basically an anti-tank rifle, for a gangster in the 1930s who wanted to use it to knock over armored cars, but
untraceable stuff.
Yeah, this gangster had been killed, in a shootout somewhere before he could pick this thing up, and this guy had had it for 30 or 40 years and hand turned it on his machinery.
Well, it's sad about the former prime minister. Everybody seemed to have only good things to say about him. So,
and before somebody calls the ATF on what I just said, this is 1960-something in another state. I have no clue where this guy's long dead, so, don't bother the ATF by saying somebody's hand-turning firearms.
It's not illegal to make the gun. You just got to...
You can't sell it.
Register it and all that.
Well, yeah, and those rules are changing as we speak, too. So, yeah, you used to be able to produce one for yourself. You could never sell it kind of thing and all this. And, yeah, now ATF has come out, I believe, and is starting to talk about the registration and all this kind of thing of these firearms.
You got to pay federal taxes, too.
Right. Since I don't deal in that, I have never made one for myself and all that. I haven't really paid attention to all those regulations, but apparently they're getting pretty sticky with it.
Well, unfortunately, the assailant used a handmade gun, shotgun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like he put two pieces of pipe together and stuck some shotgun shells in there. It didn't, it doesn't. Shotgun's the easiest thing to make. Couple of pipes. And,
a hammer to strike the firing cap.
It doesn't take much.
Okay, well, we'll see what else develops on that, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm interested to understand why he would assassinate a former prime minister there in Japan. I don't, it occurs to me it must be something personal, but he's out of power. He's given a speech.
Yeah.
Notionally he still pulls strings behind the scenes or something. I'm just curious as to the reason why.
The guys supposedly told him, said, just didn't like what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, it's a speech, man.
Yeah, I know.
But, the other thing is that it's Japan, and you don't see much of those kind of things, open firearms. Usually it's...
Yeah, because nobody has one.
Well,
has a handgun.
You can have shotguns, et cetera, in Japan. There's plenty of people that go out hunting. They're very tightly controlled. But, usually it's knives and, organized crime kind of things. But you don't see a lot of it in Japan.
Other tweets popping up on Twitter. One here from the Insider paper. Elon Musk deal to buy Twitter is in serious jeopardy. 3 people familiar with the matter say, as Musk camp concludes that Twitter's figures on spam accounts are not verifiable. This is according to the Washington Post. And Newsmax says the water levels behind Hoover Dam are drying up amid a summer drought. and are dangerously low to the point of becoming a dead pool, a problem for any place that relies on the dam's hydroelectricity.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
No more electricity for you.
If you don't have the water flow through the generators, you're done. It won't produce squat.
Yeah, so
and instead of a lake, it's down to a little river now.
Yeah, well, that's of course that's what it was before, but still, I can't remember. I read somewhere, the square area, square miles that dam produces electricity and powers, a huge portion of the Southwest there, and that's all going to be gone.
Well, here's my advice to them: they can come here and grab all the humidity and rain they want and take it with them.
Plug into your Tesla now, clowns. When that all dries up, you think you got a problem. There was another article again. You really have to go search for this stuff, but there were cars. These electric cars are lining up at these charging stations for 8, 9, 10 hours, waiting to get in line to charge their cars out there in California. So good luck with that.
Yeah. Let's see. Newsmax, the border, the economy, our energy issues, Afghanistan, everything Biden touches, he's screwed up. Well, we need to focus on Republicans winning in this November, according to a former New York governor, Pataski, is that his name?
Pataki.
Pataki.
I think it was Pataki. Yeah. I never paid him much
Here's
attention.
what he had to say about the whole thing. Come on, Windows, play radio with me. Here we go. Here we go. Attaboy. Here we go. That's Cheney. All right, I marked it for a reason. Let's hear it.
Well, we can't afford the Biden administration, and we can't afford the Democrats running Congress. But I would take issue. Look at the 50 Republican senators have stood together time and again to block things like the so-called Build Back Better that would have just ruined our finances and made inflation so far worse. So I'm not a never-Trumper, but I'm also not a pro-Trumper. I think it's time for us to move on and look at the future. You outlined the problems. Biden has screwed up everything he touched. The border, the economy, our energy issues, Afghanistan. Everything he touches, he screws up. We need to focus on Republicans winning this November and not in 2024. Let's look to the future, believing in our policies and not trying to hash over the past time and time again. Well, we can't afford the...
Okay, we heard you.
It's true. I mean, when you read in the paper today that Biden released 1 million gallons plus of U.S. fuel reserves.
950,000 gallons.
Okay, to a company with ties to Hunter Biden.
A Chinese company.
Yeah, Chinese company, and it's and it just keeps going on and on. We spend or throw $40 billion or whatever it was. It's actually more now because they want to even send more to Ukraine. Ukraine doesn't deserve one dime from us. When you consider what's going on our border, a couple of billion of that would have finished the border wall down there. A couple more billion would have, built all kinds of infrastructure here in the United States, and we're throwing the money away in Ukraine, left and right. We continue to do so. And I'm sorry. People are being killed over there. It's a horrific thing, but it's not our business. Well, it seems to be Joe Biden's business because apparently that's where you send $40 billion to get laundered to, get redistributed over here again.
And his commission.
Yeah, his piece.
Yeah, Katie Pavlich says it all makes sense now. Biden's Energy Department in April announced the sale of 950,000 strategic petroleum reserve barrels to Sinopec, the trading arm of the Chinese Petrochemical Corporation. In 2015, a private equity firm, Hunter Biden co-founded, bought a $1.7 billion stake in Sinopec Marketing. Yeah, and remember where the 1.7 billion came from, the Chinese government, into Hunter Biden's pocket. And guess what? Daddy got 10%.
Yeah, this is it's outrageous. Anybody who doesn't think so, for that 30 some odd percent that still think Biden's doing a good job, well, you're mentally ill. I'm sorry, and you need to wake up and go get some therapy and see what's going on here, because this guy is selling us down the river.
And also from Newsmax, Internal Revenue Service Commissioner Charles Rettig has asked the Treasury Department's Inspector General to investigate the tax audits of former FBI Director James Comey and former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe and the New York Times. This, according to the New York Times.
Well, too bad they're being investigated. So what?
Well, they're protected. They're protected democratic species.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I mean, we got a few short months here. 4 more months till the midterms. See what happens.
Ronna McDowell, the chairwoman of the Republican Party, says that the Biden administration is on pace to drop 1 million illegal immigration cases by 2024. That is the highest rate ever, and is backdoor amnesty. They can't wait to get them to the polls. And Chris Salcido said Joe Biden's lies matter because I believe Joe is compromised and I'm not alone. Here's what he had to say.
It sucks that Joe Biden is a liar and now sits in the Oval Office. But here's why this all matters. He's covering up something. Hunter Biden was doing business deals with America's enemies, Russia and China, and getting filthy rich in the process. According to published reports, Joe Biden was getting a percentage of the take in this alleged influence peddling operation. And what about these recent headlines? China praised Biden for attacking American businesses. Joe Biden released oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve and sent it overseas to Europe and China. Beijing has launched another attack on the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. And don't get me started on the China virus and how Biden nor his Democrats have done a thing to avenge over 1 million Americans who have died because of China's actions. Joe Biden's lies matter because I believe Joe Biden is compromised, and I'm not alone. An overwhelming majority of our people think he's compromised as well. The press ignores it. The Democrats ignore it. Can somebody tell me why the GOP leadership, what's their excuse for ignoring it?
Yeah, because they're involved in it too. No kidding. Oh dear. Come on. That's we have a class society here, and you have a lower class, middle class, upper middle class. They like to divvy it up, but what we really have is a political class here. That's our royalty. I thought we did away with royalty and ties to that in 1783, but no, we've just reestablished our own. Now you're able to move in and out of that class, but once you're in it, you become absorbed in it, and it's not good. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. I hate it when Windows does what it never asked it to do. Now I go back and find my spot. There it is. Oh. What? There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Okie dokie. Let's see. Okay. It's just doggone it. This is important. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just copy and paste the URL. Still won't let me do it. and does crazy things. Go figure. All right, well, anyway, back to where I was. Town Hall says that the Corinne Jean-Pierre, or is that right for her press secretary?
I don't know. I have no clue. I don't even. I turn the television.
That's what I was trying to get the video up here of.
I don't want to hear.
She said, when you look at inflation, when you look at where the economy, where we are economically, we are stronger economically than we have been in history. What world are they living in?
They just sit there and blatantly lie, and nobody calls them out, or very few people call them out. Like the other gentleman said there before, where's the GOP leadership? Getting up on their high horse and or the soapbox, whatever your choice is, and saying, "Hey, this is a lie, and we need to stop lying." But they don't do it. They refuse. McConnell's a waste. McCarthy, is that the other guy in the House? The House minority leader? Yeah, he's a clown too. Yeah. They're all involved in all this crap.
Well, they got their hands in the pockets where they need to be. Police, I don't know if you saw this video, police were able to save the life of a New Jersey man by pulling him out of a burning vehicle. Basically, the guy's car caught on fire. He was out there in the middle of a highway in the median, and there was fire on the other side, and they came running up to the passenger window, and he couldn't open the door, and so they started trying to break out the window. I mean, they were kicking the hell out of that window, and it wouldn't break. Damnedest thing I ever seen.
Well, they don't have a baton. The cops didn't have a baton.
They were all off duty, and
I got you.
Yeah.
So
the guy finally found a rock, and that took care of breaking the window. And they haul him out, and a few seconds later, the whole car was engulfed in flames.
They're off duty, but they're not carrying their firearms because, pretty much any pistol that I had that I carried on duty, if you take the butt end of that thing, take the magazine out, make sure it's not loaded.
Right.
All of 2 seconds action, and you pop that window, and it will break. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've gone to all I'll say is part of our training, we did that, breaking windows, so that you understood how much you really had effort you had to put in it to break that window.
Yeah.
Because those things are pretty solid. And you don't want to punch one. You don't want to hit it with your elbow and think you're going through that window. You're going to break your hand. You're going to break your elbow. But very simply, a sharp edge, a pointy edge, or on your firearm or something like that, and bang, and you can get through that window pretty quick.
Anyway, here's Sergeant Nicholas Triano talking about the harrowing experience. He was the first officer to respond and help 55-year-old Christopher Vagani out of the car.
I pulled a Halligan bar out of the trunk of my vehicle. We smashed all the windows out of the car. Yeah, this is something that you may not experience in a 30-year career. So having been a part of it and a successful job at the end of the day, it's one of the highlights of my career, no doubt about it.
And another terrifying event yesterday, a high drama in Toronto. A construction worker got tangled up in a crane rope and was left dangling high above the construction site.
Wow.
This is one of these high-rise buildings.
Yeah.
He was hanging on literally for dear life, and there was a huge box on the same rope above him.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man.
So listen to his shocked co-workers trying to figure out all this stuff. He was able to hold on and safely lowered to the ground a little later. But here we go.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hang on. Hang on. Just let your heart out fall, bro. Oh, my God. How did this happen? Is there a swamper there? Like, somebody tell him to stop now before he gets crushed by this. Stop! Don't tell me yet. Stop! Oh, my God.
Yeah, these cranes are pretty good ways away from the actual rope that it's coming down, or cable.
Yeah, you might not be able to see when there's a lot of. If it's what I'm thinking of, yeah, some of those guys have to communicate with a radio or a headset sometimes.
And old Martha Stewart, Chelsea Handler had Martha Stewart on her podcast and asked how her dating life was going. Her answer was unexpected. Here's the answer.
I had 2 mad crushes in the last month, which is really good for me. But it turns out, one of them is married to the mother of some friends of mine, and he's so attractive. I've never been a homewrecker.
No.
Had the opportunity to be a homewrecker, and I have not taken anybody up on it. That's where I meet men. They're all married to friends of mine, or maybe they'll die. I always think, oh gosh, couldn't that person just die?
The wife.
Yeah, not painfully, just die.
Just
and then
slowly pass away.
Yeah.
Life is so hard for some people.
I know.
Yeah, good Lord.
Chelsea Handler spends all her day taking her top off and showing the world. A New York City man was seen jumping from a 2-story raised subway track to the roof of a building while he was trying to avoid the police. Here is audio of bystanders begging 25-year-old Kendall Floyd not to jump, and then the guy successfully makes the leap.
Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Bro, I got you.
Oh! I did see that one, yeah.
He was arrested.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they got him. But I was kind of surprised that the people on the ground were actually saying, hey, don't jump, it's not worth it. I was thinking, it was New York, wasn't it? New York or Philly? And I'm thinking these guys, they're not out there cheering, hey, jump, jump, jump. That's what I was expecting. But they actually tried to discourage him.
All right, quick timeout from one of our sponsors.
Botox Cosmetic is FDA approved to temporarily make frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. Oh, ow.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Okay.
Botox is still a thing, is it?
I guess. Do you know Elon Musk has 9 kids with 3 different baby mamas?
Yeah, I knew he had a pile of them. I didn't,
Of course, he can afford them, so
yeah,
I can have all he wants.
Now, he just lost, $40 billion in value in his company or something, didn't he?
Well, let's find out as we check our not headline news.
This is not headline news. Elon Musk now has 9 children with 3 different women, or as Nick Cannon calls it, a slow week. No wonder Elon wants to send spacecrafts to Mars. He needs the room for all his kids. In sports, Tiger Woods will play in the British Open. Tiger says he loves the UK because they drive on the other side of the road, just like him. Almost 60% of American workers say they can do their jobs from home, but that's mainly because 40% of Americans have podcasts. And Kevin Bacon turned 64 today. He's by far my favorite actor with a last name that's a processed meat. This is not headline news.
That was funny. Tiger Woods driving on the other side of the road. There you go.
All right, we got some good news for you, too. Here, let's check it out.
Good news is good news.
I have good news on good news on good news.
Good news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to some good news.
That's what I got for y'all today.
Okay, so what's the good news?
And the good news is...
Let's hear it.
All right. Here's a family surprising different drive-through workers with flowers. One of the workers pays it back by giving the son his last toy. Here we go.
I wanted to say thank you. You guys are working so hard today. So there's some flowers for you. You're welcome.
I want to thank you guys for all the hard work you do. Have a great day.
I want to thank you for all your hard work.
This is for me? Thank you. I have something for you. This is the only toy I've got, but it's the least I can do. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Good news for today. Short on time. All right, next hour we'll tell you scientists tested 10 different sex positions to find out which of them makes sex the most enjoyable for women. You'll learn that position here next hour.
Great.
Yeah. Exciting news. Currently 75 very muggy degrees here in the Sand Hills. All your news, sports, and weather is next, and we'll be on the backside of that. It is 8 o'clock.
It's going to be another scorcher of an afternoon with temperatures approaching the mid to upper 90s, but we will feel like triple digits in many areas with a heat advisory also in place. Afternoon showers and storms are also going to be possible with partly cloudy skies. Into tonight, we keep a chance of a few showers and storms with temperatures dropping into the low 70s. A better chance of some rain into our Saturday afternoon and evening. Showers and storms becoming likely, especially into Saturday night with temperatures in the upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Japan is reeling, absorbing the shocking news of the assassination of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The 67-year-old felled by an assassin's gunfire during a campaign stop in western Japan.
Video from public broadcaster NHK shows Abe speaking. Then 2 gunshots are heard. The suspected gunman is then tackled to the ground. Abe was holding his chest when he collapsed. His shirt was smeared with blood, but he was able to speak before falling unconscious. Officials say the former prime minister was airlifted to a hospital, but was not breathing and his heart had stopped. I'm Donna Warder.
International reaction. Outgoing British Prime Minister Boris Johnson calls it incredibly sad news. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi describes Abe as a towering global statesman, and former President Trump laments the loss of a man he calls a friend of his, and more importantly, a friend of America. Japanese broadcaster NHK reports the suspect told authorities he aimed to kill Abe because he was dissatisfied with him, adding that his dissatisfaction was not political in nature. President Biden reportedly set to sign an executive order aimed at safeguarding access to abortion. Mr. Biden will reportedly make the announcement today. The action would follow the Supreme Court's ruling on Roe v. Wade, returning the question of abortion access to the states. Gas prices continuing their downward drift, down about 3 cents this morning. AAA puts the national average for regular at $4.72 a gallon. That's about 30 cents off the all-time high. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures 8 points higher, NASDAQ futures down 49, S&P futures off 7 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Relief Factor, pain relief that's natural, pain relief that works, and pain relief that attacks the source of the pain. That's the experience of tens of thousands of Americans who are taking Relief Factor right now. See their incredible video endorsements at relieffactor.com and then order your 3-week quick starter pack for just $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Find out if it can work for you like it works for me by ordering your 3-week quick starter pack today. relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. Be the next success story.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly. All for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Deeply divided, top diplomats struggling to find common ground over Russia's war in Ukraine and how to deal with its global impact.
Consensus appears to remain elusive amid deepening East-West splits, driven by China and Russia on one side and the US and Europe on the other. All the main players are at the G20, marking the first time since Russia's invasion of Ukraine that Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov have been in the same room. The meeting opened only hours after British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced his resignation on Thursday and was just underway when former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
It's been a second running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. Authorities report 6 people were taken to the hospital with injuries, that according to the Red Cross. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. The U.S. dollar has been surging so much that it's nearly equal in value to the euro for the first time in 20 years.
A strong dollar has benefits for U.S. consumers, but it could hurt American companies because their goods become more expensive for foreign buyers. If U.S. exports were to weaken as a result, that could put downward pressure on an already slowing U.S. economy. On the other hand, a stronger dollar provides modest relief from runaway inflation because of goods that are imported to the U.S. from cars and computers to toys and medical equipment become less expensive. A strengthened dollar also delivers bargains to American tourists sightseeing in Europe. Bob Agnew reporting.
Recapping the hour's lead story, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is dead. The 67-year-old fatally shot while delivering a speech in western Japan. Immediately after the shots were fired, security personnel tackled the gunman, and a 42-year-old suspect is in custody. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Cooper Ford has done it again. For the second year in a row, Cooper Ford has earned the prestigious Ford President's Award from the Ford Motor Company, given only to dealers who exemplify exceptional customer service. It's no surprise that Cooper Ford is the dealer of choice in the Sandhills. No games, no gimmicks, no market adjustment addendums or outrageous markups. The price you see is the price you pay at the locally owned Cooper Ford.
I'm Aaron Cooper. Please come see us here in beautiful Carthage or visit us on the web at cooperford.net. And as always, working really hard to be your hometown dealer.
Jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza in the Cole Shopping Center and enjoy your famous wood fire pizzas and the Brick's Wood Fire wings in several flavors. New menu items and fresh food is made daily. A fun place for family and friends. Dine in or sit on the outdoor patio. So jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza, Cole's and Hobby Lobby Shopping Center in Southern Pines. Brick's Wood Fire Pizza is open every day at 11 a.m.
You can jump into the fire.
Looking for ideas to update your home's tile work? Come to Meadow Creek Tile in Southern Pines. They are a locally family-owned business that's been here for over 35 years. Call and set up an appointment or come in and browse their showroom from 9 to 4, Monday through Friday, and select from the finest ceramic, marble, glass, and stone tile materials in hundreds of styles to suit your taste and budget. They're located on Highway 15-501 South near Zaxby's. That's Meadow Creek Tile, 910-693-7711.
Neck, shoulder, or back pain can be downright debilitating. If you have those issues, you already know that, and you don't need me to tell you about the opioid crisis. There's another, better way. I'm talking about chiropractic, a healing art that's also science. Dr. Sharon Wright of Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes invites you to come in for a discussion about how chiropractic works and could work for you. To be sure, there are many of you out there that have reached the proverbial dead end trying to treat and manage your pain.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
If you're like most folks, you love your home. You love your neighborhood and those that live around you. But when you go inside your home, you see that it is in need of a massive updating, especially those bathrooms, kitchen, and great room. You know that these areas need upgrading, but you also know what a task it is to do it yourself. Hi, I'm Steve Leader Adams, and I've built over 2,000 homes, and I and my partner Larry Postlewaite have over 70 years of construction experience and have our own remodeling business called Relive It Remodeling. We also pride ourselves on making remodeling jobs an easy and enjoyable process for our clients. We look after everything from permits to the last paint stroke. We also show up when we promise and stay until completion. And we also recycle any materials through the Wounded Warrior program. And here's one more promise. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does better quality work than we do. For your next renovation job, give me a call right here at WEEB at 692-7440 or check us out on the web at ReliveItRemodeling.com.
Gambling.com.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Reports in Japan say former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot and killed at an event today. Here's CBS's Matt Piper with more.
Abe was outdoors at a campaign event for the upper house elections, which are this Sunday. Video airing by Japanese national broadcaster NHK shows he was shot from behind. The suspected shooter, local media reports, made no attempt to get away and sat down after firing the shots. The shooter is now under arrest.
A van plowed into a crowd of runners Thursday night at the start of the Bear Race in Linville. A female runner was confirmed dead and 3 others were seriously hurt. Mike McDaniel witnessed the accident and told WBTV.
It was just undescribable, the screams, people, being just run over. And he pushed a side-by-side about a good 100, 150 foot down to 21.
Eastern North Carolina is now one step closer to getting its first passenger rail system. Representative Brian Farkas announced the North Carolina Department of Transportation is funding the $250,000 Pitt Greenville passenger rail feasibility study. He told WNCT.
Connecting Greenville and Pitt County to the rest of the statewide train network, it makes a lot of sense.
Actor James Caan has died. CBS's Dana Backus looks back at his career.
After a downturn in the 80s, Caan's career saw a revival with 1990's Misery.
You've been out of your room.
No, I haven't.
He starred as a novelist held captive by Kathy Bates in her Oscar-winning role.
High temperatures and little to no rainfall is still causing concerns in North Carolina for farmers. Lenore County Extension Agent Steve Collette told WNCT.
You can pass the tobacco field and see it scalding up. Particularly the bottom of the plant is scalding really bad due to the heat.
Farmers are hoping the rain yesterday and today will help. You're listening to NCN News.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Some things sound so good you can almost taste it. Like Bluebell Strawberry Lemonade Ice Cream. Delicious strawberry ice cream swirled with lemonade sherbet and sprinkled with lemon-flavored flakes. It's better than you can imagine.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
A big jump in the number of North Carolina counties with the highest level of COVID-19 in the community. The latest update of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention COVID Community Level Map Thursday night showed 18 counties colored orange with the highest level of spread. The IRS is taking a closer look at reports the agency subjected 2 former FBI officials to unusual scrutiny. Congressional correspondent Scott McFarland.
The commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service has directed an internal inspector to review rare, extensive audits that were performed on former FBI head James Comey and his former deputy Andrew McCabe. Both of them had come under fire from former President Trump. The IRS says career civil servants handled those audits, but in addition to the internal inspection at the IRS, a House Ways and Means subcommittee might also consider a review.
Another case of monkeypox has been reported in the state. A confirmed infection in Wake County is North Carolina's 3rd known case of the virus. UNC infectious disease expert Dr. David Wall says it's wrong to categorize the virus as just an STD.
What we do see is children get it, older people get it, all types of people get it. So I don't think that we can pretend that this is going to become just a sexually transmitted infection. There may be other ways that this is transmitted.
A former Minneapolis police officer will spend a bit more time in prison after learning his sentence on federal charges related to the 2020 death of George Floyd. Jennifer Kuiper is at.
Derek Chauvin has been sentenced to 21 years in federal prison for violating George Floyd's civil rights. Chauvin is already serving 22.5 years for his conviction in state court on murder and manslaughter charges. The plea deal called for Chauvin to serve the sentences at the same time and to be transferred from a Minnesota state prison to a federal prison. In brief remarks made before he was sentenced on federal charges, Chauvin did not offer an apology, but told George Floyd's family that he wishes all the best for Floyd's children.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
We're looking at a warm and muggy afternoon for us with a heat advisory for some. Could see feels like temperatures over 105 degrees. Afternoon showers and storms are going to be possible before becoming more widespread into tonight. We'll see temperatures today in the low to mid 90s. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies with that continued chance of some rain. Low 70s. Then for our Saturday, a few showers and storms likely into the afternoon. Hot with temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, it's mostly sunny, 75 degrees, humidity 94%, dew point 73, winds northeast to 2, pressure 34, and solar radiation up to 65 watts per square meter. It is 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday. The Southern Pines Town Council at its July 6 meeting reviewed plans for a new discount tire facility on Highway 15501, where Sand Hills Urgent Care was previously located. The town is expected to approve it next Tuesday, since the plans are compliant with the town's general business zoning. A Thursday morning crash outside of Southern Pines claimed a life. The accident occurred just before 7:30 a.m. in the 6100 block of Highway 22. The accident involved a Nissan sedan and dump truck. The young female driver of the Nissan was pronounced deceased at the scene, according to the Southern Pines Fire Chief Mike Cameron. Her identity has not yet been released. The driver of the dump truck was not injured, according to Cameron. Highway 22 between McCaskill Road and Farm Life School Road was closed for nearly 3 hours. State Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of the accident. And the town of Southern Pines reviewed architectural plans for a new cafe at the July 6 agenda meeting. The nearly 2,000 square foot retail cafe and restaurant will be on Southwest Broad Street, repurposing the former Wells Fargo Bank building at the corner of West Wisconsin Avenue. Plans for the new retail cafe and restaurant design are brick and stucco with nearly 80% windows and doors and a pickup window for orders. The presentation for the proposed new restaurant will continue at the August 3rd meeting. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:17 now. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
The Morning Sports Report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The Montreal Canadiens selected Slovak winger Juraj Slafkovský with the first pick in the NHL draft last night. He's the first Slovakian player ever to be drafted first overall and says he and the Canadiens are a good fit.
I was pretty surprised, like they knew me very well, like they knew how I play, what I do, where on the ice, so it's a really good organization, and important thing is they know what they want and I know what I want, so it's good for me that they picked me.
Carolina sent out the first salvo after dealing away their first-round selection with their offer sheet to Montreal for Jesperi Kotkaniemi. The Habs used that pick last night, the 26th, to snare another Slovakian forward, Filip Mesar. And the Canes' first trip to the podium will come in today's second round when they make the 60th overall selection. It'll be the first of 8 picks they make during the 7-round draft that continues today in Montreal. Rafael Nadal is out, withdrawing from Wimbledon a day after he was supposed to play in the semifinals because of a torn abdominal muscle. The 22-time Grand Slam champ was scheduled to face Nick Kyrgios today for a berth in the final.
Unfortunately, as you can imagine, if I am here because I have to pull out from the tournament now, as everybody saw, I have been suffering with the pain in the abdominal. I know something was not okay there, and it's obvious that if I keep going, the injury gonna be worse and worse.
Kyrgios, by default, is advancing to his first final at a major tournament. He'll go up against either Novak Djokovic or Cam Norrie for the championship on Sunday. In the women's draw, Ons Jabeur has reached her first Grand Slam final after beating good friend Tatiana Maria in a 3-set victory at Wimbledon. The third seeder will face the 17th seed Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan for the championship on Saturday. And WNBA star Brittany Griner pleaded guilty yesterday to drug possession charges on the second day of her trial in a Russian court. She faces up to 10 years in prison. This is NCN Sports.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public-powered community. When storms or other disasters damage your community's electric system, public power line workers respond first so they can make the scene safe for other first responders. It's difficult work, often in grueling and dangerous conditions. So be sure to give those folks in utility trucks room to work safely and keep your community powered. Learn more about public power at electricities.com.
Small business owners are a cornerstone of our state's economy and are essential to the fabric of our rural, urban, and suburban communities. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of the small businesses lining main streets from Murphy to Manteo and everywhere in between. That's why we've assembled hundreds of entrepreneurs, advocates, and community leaders from across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org.
Raleigh native and NBA player Devontae Graham was arrested for DUI in Raleigh this week. The Broughton High School alum was arrested by a highway patrol trooper following a traffic stop around 3 a.m. Thursday morning at Capitol Boulevard and P Street downtown. Records show Graham was pulled over for speeding in a 40-mile-an-hour zone, and during the course of the traffic stop, he displayed signs of impairment. He submitted to a breathalyzer test, which came back .11. At that time, he was given a matching set of stainless steel bracelets and booked at the Wake Detention Center. Graham played 4 years at Kansas before being drafted by Atlanta in the 2018 draft. He was then traded to the Hornets before being sent to the New Orleans Pelicans in August of last year. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
When you need a plumber to do it all, John Cole's Plumbing is the place to call. 639-4933, 639-4933. You know Big John Cole's a local guy. When you need a pro, he's the one to try. 639-4933. 639-4933. Repair it, replace it, he does it all. John Cole's Plumbing is the one to call. 639-4933.
It's our 1-year anniversary of owning your local Sears hometown store in Aberdeen. Hi, this is Katherine Phelps. Joe and I want to thank all of our customers for their patronage and warm, heartfelt welcome to our new community. Remember, creating relationships and helping you make an informed buying decision is our business. And we'll price match any in-stock local competitor. So please shop your locally owned Sears hometown store, Aberdeen.
So you had a whole house generator installed so that when the power goes out, the power comes right back on. Or it's supposed to. The generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators can make sure it is ready to go when needed with a biannual 35-point inspection, 24-hour service, and much, much more. Maintenance by Carolina Power and Generators equals peace of mind. For more details, visit generacnc.com and power up. Or call 910-241-4677. That's 910-241-4677.
My name is Tony Keith of Keith Hardware in Carthage, North Carolina. I'm the third generation of a family-owned business. We've been in business for 83 years. We sell live bait, crickets, minnows, and worms, fishing tackle, nuts and bolts and screws by the piece. You can still come in and get nails weighed out by the pound or ones or twos, however you'd like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can conjure it up.
Keith Hardware has been a tradition in this town for as long as I've been in business, 42 years, and they run a good business and they're good people.
I came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back and picked it up and brought it back. Their knowledge is invaluable to me.
With Keith Hardware for 28 years. I rent the building from them next door. And Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
Is your village, town, community, or HOA in need of road repairs? Being proactive is the key to staying ahead of the curve and implementing an effective asphalt repair program. It can improve efficiency and reduce citizen complaints. Give Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services a call at 910-673-1318 to see what they can do for you. In addition to their normal asphalt paving, asphalt overlays, crack sealing, seal coating, and striping, Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services has also implemented its asphalt patching operation through the use of a pothole patch truck equipped with a heated hopper. The patch truck can keep hot mix asphalt for a period of 72 hours, thereby extending the life of the asphalt from 1 to 2 hours with the dump truck. Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318, 910-673-1318.
War Dogs Army Surplus is Moore County's largest selection of Army surplus. They buy, sell, and trade Army surplus, and they'll match any legitimate offer from competitors with a price match guarantee. They'll match and beat any competitor's price by 10%. With the largest selection of vintage and modern gear and collectibles, War Dogs has everything you're looking for. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, or call 910-920-7749. That's 910-920-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. You know, I really do wish there was no such thing as having your paycheck deposited directly into your account. In fact, I wish they had a place on the check to tell you exactly where your part of the taxes went. I think things would change. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has awarded a grant to New York University. Now keep in mind, a bunch of unelected bureaucrats sit around in a room and say, let's give away other people's money. Let's give away money they worked hard to earn. Money we took from them at a point of a gun. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Anyway, they're giving, not loaning, giving $40,000 to New York University to study why children favor whiteness and maleness over other identities. First, that assumes automatically that they do. Second, what are they going to do with the results? Look at your pay stub. Look how much money the government took from you. For this kind of crap? Oh, one other thing. Conservatives in Moore County School Board and conservatives on the Moore County Commissioners are doing their very best to save us tax money. In fact, 3 of the commissioners voted to lower our taxes next year. If you're one of the leftists, and as David Hensley correctly calls you, flying monkeys who wants to pay more taxes, I've got an idea for you, and I'm being sincere. Go write them a check if you don't need your money. They'll take it, I guarantee you. Anyway, I hope everyone has a safe and wonderful weekend. From the Zumwalt Zone.
It's going to be another scorcher of an afternoon with temperatures approaching the mid to upper 90s, but we will feel like triple digits in many areas with a heat advisory also in place. Afternoon showers and storms are also going to be possible with partly cloudy skies. Into tonight, we keep a chance of a few showers and storms with temperatures dropping into the low 70s. A better chance of some rain into our Saturday afternoon and evening. Showers and storms becoming likely, especially into Saturday night with temperatures in the upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Attention gamers!
What is that all about?
Hey, you say you love video games.
Yes, video games.
Today is National Video Game Day.
Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty,
Mortal Kombat, Mario Brothers,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
whatever your poison.
A lot of you are pretty hardcore about video games.
Happy National Video Game Day.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Time to get up and at 'em. Get those kids out of the rack, get them away from the television, get them away from their handheld devices, etc., and get them outside and enjoy your sweat bath. Yeah, it's a little steamy out there, but that's okay. You still need to get outside and get some exercise. Don't let those kids sit around the house.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. There also you will find our chat room. And also, if you're just looking for our audio stream, our broadcast signal, you can get that online also at our same website. Just go to the upper right-hand corner of every page, or any page, and click that icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills, like the Colonel alluded to, it's going to be a steam bath and then some today. And unfortunately, next week was supposed to be a little better. At least early this week, that was the projection, but now it's going to suck too. So get used to these sweat days where the dew points are 72 to 77. And that's what we're going to have today, around a 77 dew point. Partly cloudy with showers and scattered thunderstorms. 94 for a high with a heat index of 106. Mostly cloudy with heavy showers and scattered thunderstorms tonight. Low of 75. Saturday, still a chance of those thunderstorms. High of 90, heat index 102. And then Sunday, mostly cloudy, scattered showers, humid. 79 for a high. That's the saving grace there. Monday, 84 for a high, 84 on Monday. Tuesday, 86. And Wednesday, back to 90. And Thursday, 91, all with high humidity. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm. Pressure is 30-36. Solar radiation 72 watts per square meter. Dew point at a muggy, oppressive 73. Humidity 90%. It's sunny and 77 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:32 past the hour on this Friday morning. Told you last hour I would answer your question. Scientists tested 10 different sex positions to find out which of them made sex the most enjoyable for men. And, most enjoyable for women, not men, women.
Well, what is a woman? So, does it make a difference? That's the real question. Asking for a Democrat.
The research shows that the tried and true method with the male on top of the woman whose hips are propped up by a pillow, a.k.a. the missionary position, is the number one position out there.
Yes! 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 Oh!
I'll have what she's having.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
When Harry met Sally. According to a new poll, millennials parents, those are ages 26 to 41, about half of them do not know the lyrics to classic lullabies. The highest scoring, 55%, said they know all of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Then they begin to struggle with Row, Row, Row Your Boat, Humpty Dumpty, Jack and Jill, Rockabye Baby. It just goes on and on, I tell you. The good news, 83% of them believe bedtime is a great bonding time. Okay, enough of the old days. There's Andrew Dice Clay, helping out with lullaby lyrics here.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a Spidey, sat down beside he said, "Hey, what's in the bowl, Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Little boy Blue, he needed the money. Was an old lady, lived in a shoe. She had so many kids, her uterus fell out. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her old dog a bone. She bent over. Rover took over. She got a bone of her own. I don't know.
Yeah, there's probably a reason I haven't heard any of that in quite a while. How long he's been gone? I guess he's still around. Didn't he have a TV show here not too long ago?
Yeah, not too long. The price of a stamp will go up 2 cents beginning next week. So you need to stock up on your forever stamps. Yeah. This is the second time this year they've raised the price, but comedian Kathleen Madigan has a pretty good take on the price of a stamp.
I cannot believe at this age, I have friends that when they raise the price of a stamp, my friends will go insane. Yeah, young people in their 30s and 40s. It's not old people on a budget. 30-year-olds.
Oh my God, they raised the price of stamps. That's a highway robbery. This federal government.
Really? It's 49 cents. You're angry about that? Because I feel the exact opposite way. I cannot believe to this day that I can walk into a building with a piece of paper in my hand and look at a full-grown adult and go, "Hey, 49 cents. Will you take this to Alaska?" They go, "Yes, ma'am. We'll have it there in 2 days. Is there anything else you'd like? More stamps. This is crazy."
Yeah, I bought a roll of stamps like 3 years ago. I still have well over half of them left. I hardly ever mail anything anymore anyway, so.
Well, email kind of cut into the business there.
Yeah, and automatic banking and all, you used to send all your monthly payments, et cetera, and you don't have to do that anymore. I mean, you can sit there in 5 minutes on on your bank site and automatic pay. In fact, there's some of them I don't even pay attention to some of them anymore. I guess I should, but I glance at them. I know they're being paid, but it isn't like the old days where you had to stack envelopes every once or twice a month. You had to stack envelopes you walked out to the mailbox with, or dumped into mailbox somewhere.
Yeah. Well, actor James Caan, who starred in a lot of movies, died at the age of 82 yesterday. He was in The Godfather, Brian's Song, where in that film he died of cancer. Misery, where he got hobbled. And Elf. I wouldn't put that on my resume. Here's a scene from the 1970s.
He was in Elf?
Yeah.
Well, again, I've only seen bits and pieces of that. I didn't realize he was in that movie, Elf.
Here's a famous scene from the 72 film The Godfather where Khan ad-libbed the phrase bada bing.
Nice college boy, huh? They want to get mixed up in the family business? Huh? Now you want to gun down a police captain, why, because he slapped you in the face a little bit? Huh? What do you think, this is the Army where you shoot him a mile away? You got to get up close like this and bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit. Come here. Mwah.
Oh, I have James Caan in Elf.
I walked all day and night to find you.
You look like you came from the North Pole.
That's exactly where I came from.
Well, are you going to sing a song or something, or can I just go back to work?
I'm here with my dad, and we never met. I found you, Daddy, and guess what? I love you, I love you, I love you!
Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, and it was Will Ferrell, which is why I didn't go see that movie.
Yeah, he's
awful.
He's not funny. He's top of that unfunny list, and there's a few of them on it, but he stands out.
Here's James Caan from the 1990 film Misery.
Paul, do you know about the early days of the Kimberley diamond mines? Do you know what they did to the native workers who stole diamonds? If they caught them, they had to make sure they could go on working, but they also had to make sure they could never run away.
Whatever you think I'm not doing, please don't do it. Eddie, for God.
It's for the best.
Eddie, please!
Almost done. Just one more. God, I love you.
With 2 broken ankles now. Let's see. Don't care about that. All right. Things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid, I guess. James Caan, whose Oscar-nominated performance as Sonny Corleone in The Godfather is sure to be remembered as long as there are gangster movies. As we mentioned, he died yesterday at 82. Guess who's celebrating their 76th wedding anniversary this week?
76? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jimmy Carter and Rosalind Carter.
Oh, okay.
I met her. She was a nice lady. Never met him. And I met her back in the 70s.
I'm sure, oh, he's a nice guy. Yeah, nice guy. Yeah, love to hear it. Nice guy.
This is when they were campaigning.
Screwed us hard to a wall, but that's okay. He's a nice guy.
He's just stupid like Biden.
Well, Biden's not a nice guy either. So.
Yeah, well, he's too busy lining his pockets. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is planning a private fundraising in Utah with some of the country's wealthiest Republican donors, signaling he may be planning a presidential run in 2024. Do you really think he'd go up against Trump?
He says he won't if Trump takes the nomination. He'll sit it out, or I don't know, maybe he'll be the vice presidential nominee. I don't know. They'll both be from Florida, so you don't want to do that.
Trump's a New Yorker.
Well, yeah, but his residence is Florida.
He's in
now.
Florida.
So you don't. I don't know. It's not federal statute. I mean, you just don't want 2 people from the same state running on the ticket.
Well, by being in separate places, you have different influences.
Yeah, so he'll find somebody else, and if it's Trump, he needs to find somebody that kind of fills out the bill. There's a couple of other governors, a couple of female governors that might be a good choice. I could think of a lieutenant governor here real close by that would be a good choice, but, he's already said he's focused on the governorship here next time around, so I don't know. well, we'll see. But DeSantis, he has to get around because he obviously has aspirations beyond 2024. So, yeah, he's got to keep his hand in and get out to all these fundraising things. I mean, he's no fool. So you're going to see him popping up everywhere.
Yeah. Michael Caine, AMC theaters have brought back their Discount Tuesday movies. We don't have one around here, but now through October, you can go to an AMC theater on Tuesday and just pay $5 plus tax to see a new movie. Michael Caine was seen out walking with a walker in London 4 months after undergoing spinal surgery.
Ouch. What was the particular problem, does it say?
It doesn't say.
Yeah.
Do you know what, let me see if I can pronounce this word. Prosopagnosia is?
No. Is that a medical condition or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you'll start to know it since Brad Pitt is telling people he has it.
Well, good for Brad Pitt.
It's commonly called face blindness. And
all right.
It's a neurological disorder that affects a person's ability to recognize people they have met before.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people. I'm really bad with that. I meet somebody and then you only meet them one time. It takes me numerous times to see someone, and I'm so bad that if I see someone in a particular setting, like every day at work, and then boom, you run across them in a grocery store, and it takes me a couple of seconds to, where the hell do I know you? Even though I might know them almost every day from work. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I understand that. And then there's the other people. I mean, I've known two people over the years. They could meet you, and 20 years later, say, hey, Jeff, how you doing? Good to see you again. I'm like, who in the hell are you? When did I meet you? And it was like 20 years ago. And yes, there are people like
Obviously,
that, too.
they're not affected by the disease.
Ooh, no. I mean, everybody's got something different going on, to one extreme or the other. We had this one guy, he could look at your picture, never having met you. I had this happen to me one time. I walk into, hey, Jeff, how you doing? Who are you? And explains what's going on. When did I meet you? Oh, no, I just was looking through the various photographs here on the wall and just recognized me from that. Yeah, it was just really weird. This guy was just exceptional. He'd meet you.
Photographic memory.
Yeah, he'd meet you, and then 10, days later, weeks later, and this 20 years later, he can still remember who you were and when he met you. And, like 20 years, haven't I changed at all? I mean, it was strange. But he did. He could do it with almost everybody.
Did you ever take a test and you studied for it, you read the material, you did put in good efforts, and you're looking at the question on the test, and you can see that page in the book, and you can read that page in the top and at the bottom and in the middle where the answer is. You can't see it in your brain.
It gets a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody studies a little differently. I've done that where you try to take a picture of what it is you're trying to remember, and others remember it a different way.
That's something they don't teach in school anymore, how to study effectively.
No, they don't. And yes, they
didn't teach it when I was there. I had bought a book on how to do it, and it made a big difference. And main thing is you get cue cards and you write questions down and you put answers on back.
Well, again, that's one way that everybody has. Well, not everybody. There's different methods to remember different kinds of concepts and things like that. And, like you say, we don't teach, for the most part, kids in school from early on. And you got to get them early. If you're trying to do that in high school, college, it's too late. You got to get them early. Look, hey, this is, hey, let's look at this. How do you remember it? Et cetera, et cetera. And you do that when they're in grade school and things, and it really helps. I had a really good teacher in second grade that did that, and really helped me because I wasn't getting some of the concepts. And
Yeah.
Here, look at it this way, and try to remember, and ran through 3 or 4 different methods. Like you're saying, hey, take a look at something, read this, take a picture, and so that you can kind of keep the image of the page. And there's different ways, and if you get them early, if you get kids early to understand how to do that, it really helps.
Yeah.
And we don't do that. Too busy having them dancing around with men in skirts and crap.
The old stupid, that was yelling fire in a theater. The modern stupid, yelling gun at a fireworks display, happened in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania the other night. Today's a possible question. According to a relationship expert, doing this will improve your friendships.
Doing this, carrying a lot of cash.
Well, that's a reasonable answer. They say moving away.
Moving away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Will improve your friendships. Go figure. All right, 11% of people say they like the taste of envelope adhesive.
Oh, okay, great. All right.
7% of Americans say they have never been to this place.
Disney World. I don't know.
That's a reasonable guess. It's more general.
What percentage?
7%.
7% of people
have not been to this type of place on the earth.
Church. How's that? I don't know.
The beach. The beach.
Only 7% haven't been to a beach.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you consider a beach on a lake and all that too, I guess. All right, fine.
And the average woman will buy how many candles over the course of her life?
An average woman? Well, not very many because they kind of quit counting at 30, right?
I stopped at 39.
You don't buy any more than 29 candles. Yeah, okay. I don't know. 100.
220.
220? Yeah, okay.
A buzzing fly is much more likely to wake a sleeping man than a crying baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
About 80% of Americans think that they are good at spelling, but they're really not.
Oh, I'm not. No, I don't think I'm good at spelling at all.
What percentage of men say they never...
I know how to spell Louisville, though.
You're better than Kamala. 1 in 4 men say they never use this.
Or was it Louisiana? Sorry. 1 in 4 men never use this.
It's a hygiene product.
Oh, I was going to say a 2-iron, but a hygiene...
I use 2 irons.
Well, you're 1 in 4.
Long and straight.
Aftershave. I don't know. Hygiene product.
Deodorant.
1 in 4 don't use
25% of American men stink. Think their natural pheromones will do the attracting for them.
Okay. All right.
I know what a well-worked-over underarm smells like.
You do, huh?
Sure wouldn't want to smell it without deodorant. Survey says that most people stop having these at the age of 31.
Kids.
And we just went over this.
We did? I don't know.
Birthday parties.
Oh, all right. I got you. Yeah, they get old after a while.
Only 7% of women like bikinis, but what percent of men like them?
Oh, 100%.
Pretty close, 90%. The average guy will spend how much a year on booze? But
the average guy spend on booze? You mean hard liquor or just alcohol in general?
Hard liquor, booze.
Oh, hard liquor? Man, well, my last year average for hard liquor was 0.
Yeah, mine too.
Man, I don't know.
The ABC store couldn't pay his mortgage with me.
No. Well, they're not paying a mortgage.
Well.
You're paying them to sell that booze.
That makes them the largest drug dealer in North Carolina, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that and using our tax money to do it. I don't know. $100, $200, I don't know. Average guy.
$550 a year.
Whew, no, sorry. I don't even spend that much on beer. In fact, I can't think the last time I bought a.
How much does the average woman spend?
Average woman on hard liquor or wine?
Booze.
On booze, probably about $1,200.
About half of the men, $230. When you buy a package of one of these at a grocery store, they're most likely made let me back it up. When you buy a package of egg rolls at a grocery store, they are most likely made where in this country?
Where in this country? Egg rolls? Well, certainly not Chicago. Where would you make egg rolls? I don't know.
Well, you could make them in Chinatown in San Francisco,
Iowa.
where Nancy Pelosi hangs out.
Yeah, okay.
But correct answer is Houston, Texas.
Houston, all right. I guess they got a lot of chickens there or something.
The more overweight you are, the more likely you are to have this.
Any one of a number of things.
And it's not something you buy or anything.
All right. Well, arthritis, heart disease. I don't know.
Those are good guesses.
Yeah.
Probably true, but bad breath.
Oh, bad breath too, huh? Okay.
And mopping a floor burns how many calories per hour?
Mopping a floor per hour. Well, you're using, believe it or not, you're using upper body. I don't know. Probably quite a few. 300.
Not bad guess. 238.
238. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. I need.
That's if you're doing it right. If you're just slopping it around, not getting that value.
All right, there it is. Let's do this.
And now it's time for
Random.
Facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Our random facts, possibly a spare, if I can find them. Doggone it, Steve. It's always right here. There it is, finally. Okay, there is a town in the Oklahoma Panhandle named Hooker, and its slogan is, it's a location, not a vocation.
Okay. Hooker.
We call big movie blockbusters because giant bombs from World War II were called blockbusters.
Yeah.
And over time, the word evolved to describe anything on a massive scale.
Yeah, a rather overused term now. Everything seems to be a blockbuster in the news, and it isn't.
Smokey the Bear's official name is just Smokey Bear.
Smoky.
There is no the.
Right.
There's a difference between a moonroof and a sunroof. You know what it is?
No, actually, I don't.
Well, sunroofs open all the way. Moonroofs do not. And Amber Alerts are named after a 9-year-old girl who was kidnapped in Texas named Amber Hagerman. So that's how that came about. All right, so it goes for this Friday and this week. Have yourself a safe weekend. We'll see you back bright and early Monday for a Mundane Monday. Until then, be sure to support the mom and pop businesses you hear on our station, our local businesses who support our community. So it's important we support them. That way, our allied dollars stay here, roll over, and create more jobs for all of us. We are the solution to our own economic success. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at 2 at the hot, steamy dog park.
When I come back, you'd better be laughing.